Welcome to SYN-Me-A-EGG YouTube channel, home of two Army veterans, where we allow you to see exclusive content. Our business provide fresh chicken eggs. We keep our bees treatment free. Come on and march with us as we lead our bees with a smile and arm our chickens that has delicious eggs that keep you coming for more. Welcome to another episode of SYN-Me-A-EGG. And today, man, I'm going to take you through and I'm going to show you how I chose to make roosting bars for my chickens. As you can see right in front of you, I have an actual coop that I bought from Tractor Supply. And this coop, it houses 17 chickens all together. And as you can see, and as you know, I'm working on having 30 chickens so that I can support my business, SYN-Me-A-EGG. And what I need to do is ensure that I have enough space for them to sleep at night so that I can protect them from all the predators that, I have in my neighborhood. So what I done is I took me some wood, tree wood, and I cut it up. And what I'm doing is I'm taking that tree wood and I'm cutting it up and I'm measuring my width of my coop. And I'm taking that wood and I'm just placing it in the inside of my run so that my chickens will have some place to sleep at night. Because what's happening is some of my chickens, they're actually sleeping in the back part, and then some of them, they're sleeping in this open run part. And if you're one of those people who, you have a backyard where you don't want your chickens all over, you can buy these big coops to where you can actually keep them inside of this little area, which would be their containment area. And then you could actually, allow them to sleep in the inside. But for me, I have an open run that I actually built for them. And I also allow them to come out here in my yard and run around too, because I want to make sure that they're, free range chickens to a certain degree where they can kind of roam around, as you see those ones over there roaming around. And then you got the ones in the inside. And what I did is I made this little makeshift gate where they can come on out and, they can do what they do. So that's what I'm doing today. Today they watered that little blue feeder over there that I bought from Russell's. So that I can actually, have more, equipment for my chickens to eat. Because the one thing I'm learning, if you don't have enough, space for them, they'll begin to start fighting and they'll start pecking each other. And that's something that you don't want to do. So you want to make it to where, your chickens have enough space for them to do what they do. So I'm just going to let y'all watch me as I work. So what I did right there was I count up two spaces that go just above where I have this cloth wire at, 2 spaces up, so that I can make sure that on both sides I have it 2 spaces up. And I already measure it, and it's actually 66 across, but I like to measure it out to about 67. That way I can give myself a little overhang on top of these bars so that when I sit it down, the bars will actually sit and they'll actually be secured to where I don't have to put brackets and things on it, because I have cloth wire on the inside and I also have cloth wire on the outside, which keeps everything kind of tight to where, look at me push down and up on it, you ain't got to worry about nothing falling. That's how I do that. As you can see, the chicken's coming out now, so I'm gonna let you watch them. Y'all are wilding out. Holy. So on this part right here, man, what I want to do is I want to see which side is actually wide, small enough to fit inside these holes. But I don't want to cut it. And as you can see on this side is actually smaller, and this side right here is actually wider. So I want to make sure I can get this stuff to sit in this hole as I cut it to sit inside these holes. So I'm gonna keep this side And I'm gonna cut it on this side at 66, 67 to be exact. I'm about to cut it at 67 just so we can get these measurements right. I got my tape measure out. It's all caught up in my neck, but that's okay. I got my stuff measured out, and right now what I'm finna do is finna get my saw to make it happen. Let's go. What I did was, I ain't use no nail, I didn't use no pencil or none of that. All I did was I took the piece of wood and put a mark on it, because I'm just country boy Jimmy rigging this thing. That's smooth. That's how you do. Let's see how this do. Okay. What I want to do is I want to bring it a little bit further this way. I'm gonna put it down about 1 notch. Let me see how I can fit this thing in here. Push it on it just a little bit. A little bit more. There you have it. And I got 2 roosting bars. Where the chickens got space to lay down at night. So as you can see, this is what it looks like when I finish. And that's all I wanted to do, is make it look like a finished product. Now I'm gonna take you around the back so you can see me clean the poo up and actually get this backspace situated for the chicken. All right, so we're around the back, man. I want y'all to see real quick how I did my coop. I have a bunch of security measures on the back of my coop because I don't know nothing about these wild animals out here to where I can just say, you know what, let me leave it up to chance and hopefully, you know, my chickens are protected. So we finna go in this coop and we finna see what's going on the inside. Because what I try to do is weekly, either myself or my son, try to go in here and make sure that, you know, it's all cleaned up, because the one thing you don't want your chickens doing is you don't want them living in their own poo. let me see what's going on in here. One of the advice I like to give you, chickens will, no matter what you do, they will poo up there at night, because at night is when they like to boo-boo. And when they boo-boo at night, they boo-boo something nice, man. So they put all this nasty thing up there. And what you gotta do is you gotta come in here and you gotta clean this thing out. So all I did was I took me one of these nesting pipers that I have, and I just made it into what I call a brush. And I just like to come in here, especially when you see them in the inside of there, because they can be a little feisty. And I just like to come in here and clean it up. So what I'm gonna try to do with one hand, I'm gonna try to film myself at the same time, let you watch me clean it. Look what we got. We got eggs. Now my son gonna come back out here later, so I'm gonna take that egg and I'm gonna put the egg up inside of here so that it's protected from these girls. They ain't gonna eat it or nothing, but they like to come in here thrashing stuff around. So I don't want them beating up my space. Let's finish clean this poo. Look, see, as we working what they doing, they working too. So we gotta work together. And of course in the back, you see that bamboo stick. I had to use that because my big behind, not knowing, not thinking, I done messed around and put my weight on it and broke the original bar. So I had to make another one. But as you can see, they got multiple roosting bars to protect themselves at night. And you know, it keeps them up in the air and they can sleep. So let me go ahead and put some of this thing down and show you the after product. So this is what it looked like when it's finished. And one of the things I forgot to mention is, at the bottom of my coop, inside here, I like to put a tarp at the bottom. That way, when this thing becomes so full and unbearable, I can just drag it out and I can take it and I can put it over here in this section of my run to where I'm building up chicken poo compost, which is good for your vegetables and fruits and all that other stuff. Because you go to the store and they sell you that bag of chicken manure that comes with all these fine things inside of it. This is how they do it, man. It may take years and time, but the one thing about it, man, the chicken gonna poo, and they gonna mix it up, and they gonna do it. They gonna let it break down into some compost for you, and you're gonna be in the game, man, where you can get your own free compost. So that's what I like to do, create my own free compost. And this is how it looks on the inside when I finish cleaning it up. So, you know, that's what I wanted to show you. And as you know, man, thank you for stopping through with SYN-Me-A-EGG and watching what we do. Oh yeah, man, that's my girl Nina in the back of my wife, man. I ain't show y'all her yet, but I will. So you already know. SYN-Me-A-EGG out. Tell them bye, Peachy.